many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories, grateful for my hopes and dreams, grateful for the blessings I have found. Give praises for all the gifts I have. Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways
There's a part of me that knows the answer to every question before I ask it. There's a part of you that knows the answer to every question before you ask it. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to do. We are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to do. And there's a part of me that knows what to say before I open my mouth to speak. And there's a part of you that knows what to say before you open your mouth to speak. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to say. We are one. We're listening. We are one. Receiving. We are one as we walk through our day. Believing. 'Cause we are one. 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 We know what to do.
Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. 1,000 breaths we breathe, but not like this one. 1,000 suns will rise, but not like this one. 1,000 lullabies, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 passing smiles, come on, sing it, but not like this one. 1,000 starlit skies, but not like this one. 1,000 words to choose, but not like this one. 1,000 I love yous, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. I'm with a brand new pair of eyes, so that we may finally see. Yeah. 1,000 cups of tea, 1,000 gifts received, 1,000 fields of green, 1,000 farewells will grieve, and 1,000 lives conceived. Come on, sing it. But not like this one. 1,000 hands will hold, but not like this one. 1,000 stories told, but not like this one. 1,000 beauties to behold, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. Put your hand up on your heart with us right now. 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. So let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. So what does that mean for you sitting at the house watching this on a Sunday or sometime through the week on Facebook or on YouTube? We have 10 different faith perspectives and 10 different musical acts. 8 really, we're looking for 2 more. And we give them a single word topic at the beginning of a series. And that's all we give them. And we ask them to come back with a talk, in the case of the speakers, and 2 videos for the musicians. Becky and I say hello and goodbye, and we send it all into Philip, and he magically creates a perfectly fluid Sunday service. It's a beautiful thing. If you would like to join us in this endeavor, you can at www.peopleofdiversity.org. If you'll hit the donate button in the middle of the page, that will take you to a place where you can make choices about how you would like to play.
Last week we had Sensei Dave Vidito from Open Mind Zen Center, and he was speaking on responsibility. That's our topic for right now. And his musical guest with Keith Leon, and it was an amazing service, really, really good. Today we have Reverend Celidia Junis, and her musical guest is Jennifer Farron. And next week will be Swami Dumabadi from the Kashi Ashram, and her musical guest will be Andrew Bentham Riley. So,
Deep South and the Great White North.
Exactly.
Meet in the middle.
So, past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, and also on our People of Diversity YouTube channel, where you can use the playlists and search on topic or search on faith. So that's a really good resource. There will not be a deep dive today.
No deep dive.
Scott and I are not going to be available for that, but it will resume next week on the 26th. We will have deep dive then, 11:45 to 12:15 after the morning service, and that's a Zoom event. So we have a second broadcast on Sunday evenings at 5:45 on Facebook Live. So you can go there and watch it again, or send somebody back to watch it. Or if you missed it in the morning, then you got another chance. You can get Facebook notifications by going to the Facebook pod group or page and pushing the join button will let you in. And so on Sunday morning and Sunday evening, you'll get a little ding, and all you have to do is push the button. It makes it easy. Each week we bless a country, so if you know anything about the country that we are blessing next week, send some pictures, thoughts, experiences, whatever you got, because a lot of these countries I don't know anything about. Like next week, I had to Google how to say it. So next week we will be blessing Kyrgyzstan. This week we are blessing Kuwait. Kuwait is in the Arabian Peninsula, there we go, located in the northwestern corner of the Persian Gulf. It is slightly smaller than New Jersey and has 4.4 million people. 77% Muslim, 17% Christian, and 6% other religions, or no religion at all. 2/3 of the population are foreign nationals, predominantly from India, Egypt, and the Philippines. Native Kuwaitis are a minority. Isn't that interesting? 37% of the Kuwaiti population is classified as obese. However, they have the 3rd lowest death rate in the world, with 2.3 deaths per 1,000 people per year. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. After a long fight, women were finally allowed to vote in 2006. The Kuwaiti dinar, which is their currency, is the most valuable currency in the world. And Kuwait is the 8th richest country per capita in the world. They have no freshwater lakes or rivers, so all of their drinking water comes from the sea and must go through desalination plants. before they can drink it. And our last fun fact, and this is a fun one, camel racing is very popular in Kuwait. And until 2005, the children were used as jockeys. But in 2005, they decided that really wasn't a good thing, and children were banned from being camel jockeys. So now they have started using remote control robots to race their camels.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's kind of cool. So let's hold the people of Kuwait in our hearts, knowing they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. We remember many years not that long ago where they were a very war-torn country, and they are recovering. So we bless them in that endeavor, wish them abundance and peace. So let's say these words together. May peace prevail in Kuwait. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
Jennifer Farron will undoubtedly be coming to us from her groovy little studio. I don't know if it's upstairs or downstairs or in the side yard, but it's very groovy in there. And it's always a joy to hear from her. Miss Solidia will bring us something that's both thought-provoking and moving as well. And I know she will have put a lot of time and thought into it. She's been joining us as usual for all the other broadcasts as well. So without further ado,
I'm looking ahead with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. I'm looking ahead with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. Some people live in fear. They do not want to hear the voices of diversity. I try to just let go, to live life in the flow, avoiding all adversity. So today I say, without hesitation, I'm looking ahead with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. I'm looking ahead with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. Some people live in pain, projecting out with blame. Their eyes are closed and do not see. I'm praying every day, affirming love, not hate, acknowledging God's tapestry. So today I say, without hesitation, I'm looking ahead, sing it with me, with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. I'm looking ahead with my eyes wide open, with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open. I fill myself with peace, then send it to the world. I fill myself with love. I recognize the worth of everyone on earth, of every single soul. Together we all, together we can see. We're looking ahead with our eyes wide open, with our minds wide open, with our hearts wide open. We're
for me, respect and oneness go hand in hand, because when we can honor the oneness within us, and when we can honor and have compassion and kindness for those around us, then all of a sudden the respect just automatically is right there, and it goes hand in hand. Everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. Everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. You're a part of me, and I'm a part of you. And when we put our hearts together, well, there's nothing we can do. I'm a part of you, and you're a part of me, and together we can all work together, create a little harmony. Everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. Everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. I'm a part of you, and you're a part of me. And when we put our differences aside, there's nothing we can't be. You're a part of me, and I'm a part of you, and together we can all work together and help each other make it through. La da 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 da, yeah. Ooh. La da 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 da, yeah, yeah, yeah. And every time we work in unison, the transformation has begun. And every time we are conscious, a whole new world will open up for me and then for you. 'Cause everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. Everyone around this world and all across the universe are one. We are one. Love you guys.
Good morning, Pod family. Good morning, Scott and Becky. And good morning to all of my sisters and brothers in Christ around the world. I just want to say thank you for all the beautiful prayers that you have directed toward me and my family in this time, which is a time of crisis. And the word responsibility is our subject today. And our subject today is so very pertinent to the things that are going on in my life and in the lives of my loved ones, my family. And so I just want to say thank you for taking unto yourself the responsibility to pray with me and for me. Now today, the word responsibility is our subject, and it has been our subject for a few weeks now. And every speaker has brought out an aspect of responsibility that gives us a reason to think deeper on this subject. And I think, and in considering the topic, the word responsibility is so very important in our lives that as soon as you learn your name, we should be also learning the meaning of the word responsibility according to the age you are at that point. Because everyone has a responsibility, and it begins from the moment of your conception, for you're taking on this role to come into this human journey is to accept responsibility. And as we're thinking in terms of we live in a time when whatever your spiritual values are, it's very important that you allow them to help you in every aspect of your life. We're living in the United States of America, which is a Christian-based faith country. Although we have it's a melting pot of many, many, many faiths. But every one of those faiths point you to the responsibility you have to keep that agenda, whatever it may be. And so today, as I'm looking at the Bible and talking about responsibility, the Bible has some very clear-cut understandings that it gives us about the word responsibility. And so some of the important Bible verses about responsibility I have for you today. Now, these verses are inspirational, they're motivational, they're uplifting and encouraging. These scriptures and quotes and passages about responsibility and your personal responsibility and responsibility to our children, responsibility to our family, and responsibility to others. So what does the Bible say about responsibility? First of all, in Galatians number 6, verse 5, it tells us that we are responsible for our own conduct, our attitude, and behavior. And we can go to that verse, and because we have time constraints here, I'm going to ask you to look these things up. Galatians 6, verse 5. We are each responsible for our own conduct. The second verse that I'd like you to take a look at is Romans 12, verses 6 through 8. We are responsible for using our spiritual gifts. And we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. And if your gift is prophesying, then prophesize in accordance with your faith. If it is in serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is in giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, then do it diligently. Or if it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. We are responsible for providing for our households. In 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8, it says, "But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." Then we move to our responsibility to our children. In Proverbs 22, verse 6, it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it." Ephesians 6, verse 4, it says, Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Our responsibility at work in Colossians 3:23, it says, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. And the Bible verse that's related, verse 25, it talks about your attitude towards work. In 1 Corinthians 3, verse 8, the one who plants and the one who waters works together with the same purpose, and both will be rewarded for their own hard work. God will bless your hard work. Now in Luke 16, verse 10, it says, one who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much. In the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17, it says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. In Romans 14, verse 12, it says, yes, each one of us will give a personal account to God. Now, trusting God without all our responsibilities, we look to Isaiah chapter 48, verse 17. And it says, I am the Lord your God, who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way that you should go. It says, teach me, O Lord, to know your way. And whatever you do, do it to the glory of God. 1 Corinthians tells us in chapter 10, verse 31, whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God. Everything is for God's glory. Teach me to do your will. Psalm 143, verse 10. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God, and may your good spirit lead me on level ground. Amen. So you see, our Bible does give us directions about Christian behavior, about making choices and wise decisions. So give your schedule to God. Seek God's guidance when you're setting your priorities. Seek God first in all that you do. Now, realizing that we live in a Christian nation, you say, well, now what does the government talk about as far as our responsibilities? Well, the governments give you the responsibility for your policies. And they maintain a modern ideology of individualism and personal responsibility. And it has allowed them then to push the idea that citizens must take responsibility for their own lives and be responsible for their own decisions, and therefore for the consequences of those decisions. That means that you have to take responsibility for your health, for your accommodation and other aspects of your life. So citizens are responsible for their actions, but they can only be responsible for making reasonable choices from the menu of the opportunities that they face, and the government is the major agent in setting that menu. And in most areas of life, the government is responsible for your social outcomes, be they good or bad. So then, what must we do individually? Individually, we must understand and know what our personal responsibility is. Now, self-responsibility without personal accountability, we cannot change, we cannot grow, and we cannot ever improve ourselves. So self-responsibility is a daily challenge with explosive benefits. So let's take a look and see what it says. What is self-responsibility? It's the state or the fact of being responsible, answerable, or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management. Now that's the definition that you will find in the dictionary. And it is straightforward and it's true. And to put it bluntly, it is a way of life, a habit of saying this happened because of my decisions. This is happening because I chose a specific path which led me to this. Or by no means, self-responsibility is a way to tell the world that this is happening to me because of the people or this circumstance. It's not easy to establish, but it has the clear advantage to give you back the control of your life. As you have probably experienced it in the past, taking full responsibility of what is happening to you is not easy. It can be painful and even frustrating. And this can easily lead to you trying to avoid self-responsibility. And these are the three main reasons which can lead to this state of fact. The first one is lack of self-awareness, whereby you are disconnected to your deeper needs and values. And the second reason is a poor self-esteem and the belief that you're not that important, making it difficult to imagine that you can have any control whatsoever in your life. The third reason is habits formed while you were children. But avoiding self-responsibility is not an option. And you need to start being accountable for your life. So take this not as a pronouncement, but of a gentle guideline to help yourself set those goals in your life that will lead you to being a responsible person. You should first focus on your main responsibility, which is taking care of yourself and accepting what happens to you as yours. It is often easier to focus on others, enabling us to look away from our own life with a clear conscience. But that can be taking you away from reclaiming the joy of your own responsibility. Now, I found those words above in an article by Alethea Luna. Now, if you understand that you are responsible for your life and you know why, but the skills that are needed to put this into action to achieve your goal is within your reach, if you know that, you understand that, then start today to take the responsibility to put your affairs in order. I'm going to list some of the things that you can just jot down under the headline of care about yourself. To take care of yourself is the first step into accepting self-responsibility. Taking care of your mind and your body by reading And watching what you eat or doing some physical activities will enable you to be more aware of yourself and the power that you have over your own well-being. Don't forget about self-support. You have to make sure that you keep enough time for yourself. You have to define activities, whatever they are, that will bring joy in your life and to create a space where you can breathe, where you can balance your emotional conditions. You have to nourish yourself on a regular basis. You take the responsibility for your daily self-care and everything else that needs to be done would follow. You get up, you take the responsibility to wash your face and brush your teeth, comb your hair, and put on a good face before you go out into the world. But what about those nagging little thoughts that you have in your mind that you're not enough or you just can't get it right? You can stop that negative self-talk and be responsible for the things that you answer to that are your own. And you can say to yourself, I will be in harmony with myself, my brain, my heart, and my body works in perfect harmony. And if I keep that balance, God will give me the grace. If you start out with a thought like that, you're unstoppable. You're unbeatable. So under your care about yourself, you can put down other things that are meaningful to you so that you don't forget about your self-support, so that you can be honest with yourself and give yourself the opportunity to be imperfect. You know, that's why they have an eraser on a pencil, because if you get the answer wrong the first time, you could erase that out and do it again, because the pencil is only as good as the operator. And so you say to yourself, I will work out this sum until I get this correct. And whatever things are your challenges, let them be turned into those things which will be those things that will develop you. Develop you in a time of crisis and difficult situations that you have to accept as it is. Create a space to look for opportunities within that complex situation. And doing so, you will prospect new ways of doing things and form a new habit. In the best case, habit of taking responsibility has been ingrained in you while you were kids. And if this is not the case, then your first responsibility to form is the habit of self-responsibility. Responsibility is an important step to be aware of in your own life. That was a quote from Olga Pavuka. So responsibility is the ability to respond. You have that. And you must use that. Take that word apart. Response hyphen ability. And say to yourself, take a moment before you answer a question. And you say to yourself, I have the ability to respond. Ask the Christ within to respond for you. And let the words that go out of your mouth be ones of blessing, encouragement, joy, peace, abundance, prosperity, harmony. Take time to check the response and respond from the highest aspect of your being in everything that you do. Now, I have a friend, and he has taught me many things, many things, and he's a Buddhist, but he has helped me to understand Christianity on a deeper level because of the things that he has shared as a Buddhist. And he had said these words, and I'm going to borrow them from him, and I hope he doesn't mind. His name is Georgie Ayala, and he says, the human body is prey to many ailments, and man may regard all of them as bodily ailments, but not all of them are entirely related to the body. Purely bodily ailments can be treated by medicines, but most ailments in the world today have their origin in the mind, and the aberrations of the mind set up reactions in the body and cause various diseases. The main cause of many human ailments is rooted in the mind. And he said this, I have come not to disturb or to destroy any faith, but to confirm each in his own faith, so that the Christian becomes a better Christian, the Muslim a better Muslim, and the Hindu a better Hindu. Where there is faith, there is love. And where there is love, there is peace. And where there is peace, there is truth. And where there is truth, there is God. And where there is God, there is bliss. Namaste. And if you think very carefully about these words were also the words of our Master, Jesus the Christ. So take care in your ability to respond and respond from the love that is within. Respond in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, for always bringing your heart to the show. We're so grateful for you having been with us from pretty much from the beginning, at least when COVID hit. And Miss Lydia, I miss you. We send prayers and love to you and your family up in New York, and thank you for another amazing talk. And yeah, I miss you a lot. Yeah. Philip, thank you for all you do, sir. Taking all our craziness. I think we had 6 takes today. It was just off the chain. And he always makes it look like it's seamless. And thank you for all that you do and your team. If you have any needs in the audiovisual area, please see Philip and he will fix you up. There is no deep dive today. It will resume next Sunday, the 26th.
Yes.
We have the evening service at 5:45. The pod or the YouTube video only plays for the morning service, but it's always available for you to go back and view. Next week we have Swami Dumavadi from Kashi and Andrew Bentham Riley from Toronto, and they should be a wonderful blend, and we look forward to hanging out with them.
So you can go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button and help support this effort. One more thing I wanted to say before we close up. Last Tuesday or so, we had a live event where 7 of our 10 speakers were able to join us, and we all had dinner. There was quite a number of people from the community. I think there was probably about 30 people there. And Bob, Simon, Shannon Plummer played some music for us, and we went around the circle, and everybody had a little something to say, and it was just a beautiful, wonderful event. So if you're local, we're going to try and we had, a lot of people coming up and saying, we should do this more often. So if you are local, we are going to try and do that every once in a while, have some sort of a live event and just get together. And it was really fun. And it was so cool to see watch the speakers interact with each other, because so many of them had never met each other before. So that was a lot of fun. So, okay, I want to just take a deep breath. Spirit, thank you so much for all of the offerings, the tithes, the donations that we get. Thank you for helping us put those in the best places and doing the best work. We appreciate all that the pod is and all that the pod does, and every single person that's involved in it in any way at all. And we are so very grateful, and we say amen.
Amen.
Okay, last thing, we're going to do our healing circle. Bring to your mind's eye any person, place, thing, situation, whatever that needs healing, could use some extra love, and we're going to join together in an energetic circle and put all those things in the middle and open up, because you're in the circle too, and the
Amen.
Love's going around. So we're going to listen to this last song, and we thank you all for being here. And we will see you next week.
See you next time.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.